Hi, this is the Two Moms on the Loose from New York, and we are going to give you our take on the Mansopher documentary, which I have become obsessed with. But I just want people to know that we don't have a group that we're going to try to get you to join. There's no crypto scan here. There's no money being transferred. It's just us. There's no down low funnel to get you into some kind of weird group we have.
You mean we don't have a course?
No, we need a course. We need a course.
One day we'll have a course.
Yes,
I don't know
right.
what. Don't join a course is what our course would be.
So Linda, I need to get your take on HS Tiki Taki's mom.
First of all, the name alone.
Yeah.
But, no, actually his real name is very nice.
Harrison.
Which I'm a big fan. I like the mom, but I also think that she was editing herself, and the back of her mind, she's going, how did this happen? I busted my butt.
I know.
Sent you to private/public school. In Britain it's called public school, and this is where we ended up. But at the end of the day, she's living in Marbella, which, if you know anything about the British, the pensioners, the boomers, the retirees, all retired to Spain. So she is, I don't know how, she looks like she's in her 50s actually. So she's living the nice life. She has her cute little dress on and stuff, but it's hard to say what I think she thought. Like, one half is like, okay, he's living a nice life. I'm living a nice life in Marbella, but I can't believe he says half the things he says because that's not the way I raised him. So,
Well, that's why I always said to you, we have daughters, but I think having a son would be harder because that kid just seemed like he was out of control, with like testosterone and all pumped up and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So,
And two, I think it is, I refuse to go down the Scott Galloway male loneliness syndrome bullshit, and we're leaving boys behind, which again, bullshit. But I do think it's difficult because everybody's always judgmental about what your kids are watching on the internets and all that stuff. I don't know how some of these they're boys, watch and think of these guys as role models, and they don't see anything wrong with that. So I don't know what I think the mom actually
about
thinks.
the mom, right?
Yeah.
As I said to you, the look on Angie's face when
oh yes, that Myron Gaines girlfriend. Yeah.
When they were interviewing her, that look is going to be up there with the P Diddy video and the is it Elizabeth Giuffre, the Virginia Giuffre, who slept with that photo of her and Prince Andrew, or when Prince Andrew went on the BBC to try to defend himself. I mean, that look on her face just like spoke volumes to everyone. I mean, it just seemed like, and also from me, the PR person, I mean, if you're trying to project a very manly image, don't go on a documentary with a white fluffy dog wearing pink collar. That just did not bode well at all.
So
either.
much going on there. And I also felt, and maybe she figured this out afterwards since they broke up, is right before they were standing there and he answered these questions, she said what I feel every abused woman says, or every woman who is with a douchebag. Well, my friends keep telling me that he's not a nice guy, but I tell them that they don't know him the way I know him. And I'm like, again, that is classic what an abused woman would say. Like, or they're in a bad relationship. Like, you don't know what he's like behind closed doors. I'm like, if your friends think that about him, they are 99% correct. So,
but I had to say this. So Justin Waller's wife, which we cannot figure out, is it like a real marriage or not married? What was it like when Mick Jagger married in Bali, and then they said, well, it wasn't really. That's what I keep wondering. Yeah. I mean, because he's so annoying when they said, do you have kids? And his answer was some. I mean, that was annoying. But so when they're in the kitchen and they're talking, and you can tell she has these big fake boobs. I don't know, it's that. And the thing when she says, I was an X-ray technician, and I couldn't, getting up and putting scrubs, and I'm like, who wants to get up in the morning? Like, I get it. Like, we all
I know,
feel
we
that
all
way.
get that too.
But, we've all seen that. These educated moms who get the ticket out and they
Yep.
quit working.
Yep.
And I will say 90% of them end up regretting it at some point. Either the husband, they get a divorce, or now
Or they got to go back to work.
Yeah, or they have to go back to work finances, or the kids are in high school and they're bored, silly. So I just thought that was kind of telltale.
It was very interesting. And of course, when I say that, as you're talking to two single moms, and I've never been married. That's all. Let's not go down the topic of why I'm not married. That's a whole. I could have been married, but I could be divorced.
Yeah.
Is that when I think about whatever she is, Justin Waller's, or any of these women, I'm like, I hope you have a separate fucking bank account, because this is not going to last forever. It's like these OnlyFans model, like the ones that were being interviewed, like, I hope you have a good bank account and you're like truly investing your money, because this is not going to last forever. And then I would like to see her 10 years from now.
Yeah, me too. That's what I'm going to see. 10 years
10
from
years from now, with her, how many kids did he admit to?
Well, 2, and then a third one was on the way.
I was like,
so you wonder.
If I were her, if they're not married, I would get a post-nup, prenup, something that she is financially covered and her children are covered, because she's not gonna be living on that $20,000 a month rental.
Yeah.
Which I found amusing.
Is it a rental?
He said it was a rental.
Oh, it is? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
I was like...
I mean, but you do wonder. I mean, everyone's like, oh, it's because these men were fatherless and this is what happens.
No.
But I also think, what about the women? What excuse do we have for the women who are there? I mean, Angie and
clout, money. I'm like, and then I sort of feel like it's a self-fulfilling prophecy where they're like, all women are gold diggers, and they only want like guys who are like 6'2", the finance bros, whatever, 6'2", blah, blah, blah. And you're like, okay, that's probably true if you look at some of these women, but it's not like they're dating, somebody above their educational pay grade, because they would never date those women.
No. But I want to know when Louis Theroux went and talked to the booker at Myron Gaines' show.
Oh, yeah. What was that all about?
What was she so afraid of?
Yeah. Being fired? I don't know.
No, but she was going to expose.
Yeah, exactly. I found that was very telling, because she started to talk about the people that came on the show, and it just seemed very Jerry Springer-like, because stories about the bookers and getting those people like all riled up and stuff. Because I'm pretty sure the Today Show booker is not getting their guests drunk.
They're worried about people fighting in the studio. I know.
They're like, they're not, what? Like, just like, so I thought, what did he say to her and what was she afraid of? Like, so that was just sort of interesting. And Louis, to his credit, it's like, well, I don't, okay, well, I'm sorry. Like, and he just walked away. Oh, he's such a good, educated English guy. Off he goes.
Years ago, Kamora Lee, before she was married to Russell Simmons, was doing an interview. I remember, and the same thing, Russell Simmons called during the interview and was like, shut up, stop talking to them. So you wonder, what did he not want her to say? I mean, it begs the question, where are they finding the girls to go on the show? Are they just going on OnlyFans and emailing people and saying, because I've never been asked. I've never been asked.
Oh, and the thing that I always find amusing too is like when they started, they were like, oh, what do you do? I'm an Instagram model. Or they would just say, I'm a model. And I'm like, who is a model? Gisele Bundchen is a model. Yeah. I'm like, let's go down the list of who is a model. And are you getting editorial? Are you walking the runway in Milan? No. So don't call yourself a model. I mean, that just is not happening. It's hilarious.
I mean, it was priceless. Some of those scenes were priceless. That they had no idea they couldn't control. Like Angie showing up, and you could tell Myron Gaines did not want them to be interviewed.
I know. I thought the other thing that I found from the jump was their paranoia towards the mainstream media.
Demetrius.
Is this a hit piece? And I'm like, you didn't even know who he was. First of all, I think anybody with half a brain or 1/10 brain would have Googled Louis first before he even came to the door. Like, that doesn't even make any sense. And I think that these guys live in a bubble where they just live stream all the time and they don't really care what they say because they're just looking for clicks and the money. And so to, see the comments in that first live stream, like, this is a hit piece. He goes, what are you talking about? Because mainstream media would ask them questions like, tell us about the course. And like, nobody ever asked them, who wrote the course? Do we think any of these guys wrote that course? I'm not going to spend my money to try to figure it out. I don't even know why anyone would buy any of these courses. I'm just like, it would be smarter if you just went to the library and got a book on finances, like on how to like make money. I don't know.
I don't know. It's sad. It's really sad.
I like not having a son this age. Thank gosh. Because so many, and I think that's the part that bothered me more than anything, was that they are role models for a lot of these 13 to 25-year-old boys. They're boys. And I know they're all looking for a role model and they want, to do better for themselves. And I completely and unequivocally get that, but not to the detriment of talking about women the way they talk about women. Because I will slam Scott Galloway and his male loneliness epidemic BS. It is self-inflicted male loneliness. I'm like, if you're going to go around calling women the B word and the C word and this word, and they have to do this, that, and the other, you're going to live a very lonely life, because women have figured out in the last whatever years that they just want a stable relationship. Whether you are a plumber or a finance guy or a whatever, an accountant or whatever boring thing you think that they are, and they're not a YouTube, that's not, women are looking for somewhat stability. And so they're I feel bad for these boys.
But I kind of wish like I know that's not Louis Theroux's style, but I would have loved a like psychologist or someone to come in and like explain this, like how we got to this point in history, what's happening to these young men that they following these guys. Yeah, I mean, you really, really wonder. So
yeah, it was an interesting documentary, which I'm going to go take a shower now. But it took me, I don't even remember when it got released. I could only watch 10 minutes of it at a time because I was so, I don't think disturbed is not the right word.
Are you grateful that I encouraged you to do it?
I think I was more annoyed because I have a business degree. I've worked in finance.
Did I just insult your intelligence?
No. I'm just saying that I wouldn't take financial advice from any of these guys if they were the last person on earth. And that's what disturbs me. It's like, you're going to lose money, kids. I think Louis didn't even like
500.
He lost 500
pounds.
It's like, and I don't think he's an idiot, but I don't think that you're going to make the money that you think you're going to make. You're just going to give them your money. And I think that you could go to the library and get a free book, but on whatever it is that you're looking for. Okay. So that's my take on it.